He's been described as the biggest star in wrestling ever. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He held 21 championships throughout the years. He also loves the smell of combat in the morning. He's Steve Austin, and he's behind a brand new competition series coming to CMT. Steve, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Glad to be with you.
We're glad to have you. I got to tell you personally, going back to the 90s and early 2000s, you were my guy. I loved wrestling, and it was all because of you. So on behalf of fans like me and millions of them all over the world, thank you for giving us some thrills there. To this show, what was the idea behind it, and was it your brainchild or what?
Yeah, the Broken Skull Challenge was my idea. You know, I hosted another show on CMT called Redneck Island, and basically I took a bunch of people from the South, put them in two teams, and they competed against each other, and the losing team would come to my place and they would vote one of their own off the island, and I have a lot of fun doing that show. But I wanted to do a show that kind of paid homage to me being the toughest SOB in the WWF back in the day, and through, you know, my ranks coming up playing college football, baseball, track and field growing up. As a competitive athlete, I like hardcore athletic competition. So I wanted to host something that, you know, performance talks and BS walks. So I created the Broken Skull Challenge, and each week I bring 8 elite athletes to my ranch. It's 3 rounds of head-to-head competition. At the end of the day, only one person is left standing, and the next day that person will take on my obstacle course. It's a half-mile course with 10 grueling obstacles, and it's called the Skull Buster. And I designed it the Skull Buster because it will whoop a person's butt.
How strong do you have to be? How athletic do you have to be to win this thing?
You need athletic skills. You need physical tools, but you also need a lot of heart and willpower, because as you go through the Skull Buster, there's 10 obstacles, and they break down different parts of your body. And when you start chipping away at someone's body parts, all of a sudden doubt starts creeping into the brain, and you start to doubt yourself. So not only do you need strength, stamina, endurance, you need heart and an iron will to get through my course, much less to survive the 3 rounds of competition. And we did 10 episodes, 5 with guys, 5 with the women. And the women kicked as much ass as the guys did. It was a great time.
Love that.
If you love a show, I mean, there's nothing else like this show on television. It's down, it's dirty, it's very organic, it's real. There's nothing fancy, but the competition is real, and that's what makes it so tough. And
this is legitimately your property, right? You have a ton of land down in Texas?
Well, yeah, we kind of, you know, it represents the Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
Due to logistics, we had to film right outside of L.A., but the terrain that we filmed on is nonetheless very tough, and all the competitions and all the challenges were very tough. And you can train as much as you want, because we drew from a lot of the people in CrossFit, Tough Mudders, Spartan races, MMA, and professional wrestling and professional football players. So no matter what your training background was, we took everybody out of their element, put them through 3 rounds of competition. So the people that showed up were indeed tough, but where we were represents the Broken Skull Ranch. A lot was written about your retirement from wrestling. Just as a fan, I'm curious, did you leave the sport because doctors ordered it? What was the story there, Steve? Doctors didn't really order it. You know, I had a few issues with my neck. I was running a little bit too hard. It was time to ride off into the sunset. And I tell you what, I've been gone from pro wrestling for about 12 years now. And had I made it another 5 years, you know, with the toll that it was taking on my body, I don't know what I'd be feeling like right now. But, you know, through all the beatings, through everything that I've been through, I had so much fun being in a squared circle night after night, entertaining people such as yourself. So I'm in a real good place. And now when I look back, I got so many great memories that happened with the WWE and with the other federations that I was with. And it was time. It was time for me to leave. And now time to do the Broken Skull Challenge. And I really, really enjoy the reality television genre, and I also kind of really set my focus more on this end rather than the acting end. Yeah, Broken Skull Challenge for our viewers who want to tune in. It premieres Sunday at 7 o'clock here in the Midwest on CMT. Thank you, Steve. It's great to see you. Hey, thank you very much. It's the toughest show on television. Wouldn't expect anything less.